Hello, this is a Welmar upright piano, 122 centimeters tall, made in I think 1939. This was made in a period when Welmar, which is associated with Bluthner, were importing a lot of Bluthner grand pianos, and you might notice that the veneer on here is very similar to the small Bluthner grand pianos, and in fact lots of things on the piano are similar to Bluthner, and Welmar themselves say that they worked in conjunction with Bluthner. In fact, if you look here, you can see it actually says manufactured in conjunction or in London by Bluthner and Company Limited. The casework on the piano is in extremely good condition. My colleague the polisher has been over the piano. There are some slight blemishes on the top, as you can see there. I think that's the only blemishes on the whole of the case. We've also tried to perfect the key tops, which are already in good condition. They've been buffed, and I think they're excellent actually. Ivory key tops. You can always tell ivory by the line there. Ivories don't always have that line, but you can hardly see it here because it's they're being put on very well. There's one that shows up a bit more there, and I think that one's also come off and being stuck back on, but the back line, they come, obviously they're not taken off by us, but they come off and then somebody has to stick them back on, and that one's very professionally done. Now, the piano also has excellent legroom. That's 63 centimeters. If you think the typical Yamaha U1 is about 61.5, and the pedals are 6 centimeters, but sloping downwards, which means there's plenty of legroom if you're a tall person. It also has this small plaque inside the piano, as Welmars tend to do of this age when they can lock in conjunction with Bluthner, and the small grands also have this plaque inside. Now, before the piano came to us, it's been reconditioned. You see these tapes here, that's taken off so that they can lubricate here, and a good reconditioning has been done on the piano. We're trying to refine it a little bit more as well, but the hammers, if you see, that hardly any wear, and these are original hammers, so we're very encouraged to get the piano. If we listen to the tone of it, it has a very special sound, certainly as good as a Bluthner piano. And the tenor, now the team has already done most of the work on the piano, so I've been assessing it today just to see if there's anything extra to do. All the work's completed, I think. Even the key weighting seems to be very good. It actually didn't need, unusually, didn't need much alteration. We obviously lubricated, and after that it was fine. So it's a little used, reconditioned Bluthner style Welmar, I've called it there. Very good legroom and sloping pedals. This is not the age of Welmar we normally have, because we have to find these older ones in hardly used condition and reconditioned as well. But it has actually got two numbers inside, one on the top of the case, which dates at 1939, and one inside the bottom on the soundboard, which would date it at 1934. So not quite certain which it is, but I would say 1930. Well, either of those would be fine, really. Similar piano. Welmar started making pianos in 1925, apparently. So it's obviously after 1925, and some of the best pianos were their early ones. This Welmar's more typical of the ones we normally stock, 1965 to about 1985, when the Welmars are really very best for the small modern piano. So this is a smaller piano. They do go up to 120s, this younger Welmars as well, but this is 110 centimeters tall. A very consistent tone as well. Let's try the other Welmar again. And this is a Knight K10, the other preferred make, 110 centimeters tall. That's the tallest of the Knights, I think, that Knights did. So they don't go up to 120 like Welmar did. But I'm impressed by this Knight, and I want to make a video of this piano as well soon. And the top end, So that's a Welmar upright piano made in about 1939, 122 centimetres tall, so it's about the tallest Welmar, and certainly we're very pleased to get it into stock. This age of Welmars we don't so commonly stock, mainly because they're worn, a lot of them, and there's quite a reasonable number in the UK, but this has been reconditioned as well and not too worn. It's always been a favourite piano of mine when I was a piano tuner, tuned quite a few of them. We tend to do younger Welmars, so that's about 1965 onwards, up to about 1985 are the best ones. It has a beautiful touch and tone. So if you're interested in the piano, please do write to us, info@robertspianos.com. Thank you very much for listening.